What's up, members? What's up, members? Welcome on my YouTube channel. And in today's video, I want to teach you how to calculate pips in indices. And please note that calculating pips in indices is quite different. And if you know how to differentiate, how to calculate the two, that means you are far much better. But in this video, I just want to show you how pips are calculated in indices such as US30 or NASDAQ. But before I go there, I just want to give you a quick view on how pips are calculated in currencies so that you should know how to differentiate, how to calculate pips in indices and pips in currencies. So for example, in currencies, one pip value, a simple pip value is equal to lot size times 10, or I can say a simple pip value in Forex is equal to 10 cents, right? I'm pretty sure that makes sense. It's just a simple pip movement. Let's say from, remember, a pip is like we're having 1.0321, and this fourth digit is a pip. So if the market just changes, let's say going up, and then this one comes to, it means the market has actually changed with 1 pip, and this pip is equal to 10 cents, all right? So for you to know how much you're making in every pip movement, just calculate the lot size that you're using times, just calculate the lot size that you're using times the pips, times a pip. So if you're using 0.01, you actually know how much you're making right away. For example, if you're using 0.01, on every movement, you're going to be making 1 cent. Every pip, it's going to be 1 cent. If you're using the macro lot size of 0.1, that means on every move, you're going to be making $20. If you're using this lot size, which is standard lot size 1 times 10 cents, every pip is going to be $10. So for you to know how much money you're going to make, you just subtract the current market from wherever you are exiting the market. You subtract where you're entering from to where you're exiting. That difference, just multiply it. Just find that difference and multiply it by the amount that you're gonna find. Okay, so now I want to show you how to calculate the same, pips using, I want to show you how to calculate pips in indices. So for example, we're having US30. So please note that in US30, the way we calculate pips is quite different from how we calculate pips in indices, because in indices, we call them pips, whilst in currencies, whilst in indices, we call them points, right? I don't know why they are called points, but they're different from the pips. So because the currencies actually have a very, very, very high value pip move, and just a small movement, right? I'll call them points. Just a small movement point can actually make you a lot of money. So for example, US30 current market price, we're entering at 37,254, and we're exiting at this number. So if we subtract this, this from this, we're going to find a difference of 514 points. And please note that 1 point in indices is equal to $1, right? Just a small point is equal to $1, and this $1 is like a pip value for that particular trade. Then this one is for like the least lot size that you can use. If you're using 0.01, every pip that is going to move right there is going to be $1, right? It's going to be $1. So for you to know how much money you're making on this trade, just subtract this, right? And the difference is this. And how much difference you have found, just know that you have actually found how much money you're going to make. So for example, if you're using 0.01, this is how much money you're going to make on this trade, which is $514 US. If you're using 0.02, the simplest mathematics, I mean, if you're using 0.01, I mean 0.1, just add another 0. Just know that this is how much you're going to make. And if you're using a standard lot size of 1, just know that you're going to make this 51,400 on that single trade. And please note that leverage does not affect any of these things. How to calculate pips is the same regardless of how much leverage you're using. Leverage only affects your margin, okay? So just a recap, for you to know how much money you're going to make on US30 or NASDAQ, just subtract from where you're exiting and just find the difference from where you're exiting and where you're entering. That distance or that difference is equal to amount of points, and every point is equal to $1. And if you use like the smallest lot size, which is 0.01, that is how much money you're gonna make. If you find like 20 points, it means you're going to make $20 on that particular trade using the smallest lot size. But if you use the standard macro lot size, you're going to make 200 on that movement. If you're going to use standard lot size, you're going to make 2,000 on that particular trade. I think I've made myself clear. And if you want, let's say, for example, you want to use the same method, because the same method is also used to calculate pips in Forex pairs. The only thing that you need to do is, let's say, for example, we're saying that in indices, using a lot size 1,01 will give you, let's say, 514. If you take the same trade on US30 and catch the same moves with the same lot size, you'll not make the same amount of money in currencies. Why? Because in currencies, a pip value is equal to 0.1, or I can say 10 cents. Okay, so I can say 10 cents. So for you to know how much money you're making on this one, the simplest way is just to multiply this by 0.10, and you actually find that in Forex pairs, you're going to make 51.4 US dollars. All right, 51.4 US dollars. So it means if you're using the smallest lot size in currencies, you're gonna make 51.4. If you're using a macro lot size, you're gonna make 514. If you're going to use a standard lot size, and this is how much money you're going to make, which is 5,000. I'm pretty sure this has been helpful. You know how to differentiate calculating pips on currencies and also creating pips on Forex pairs. Otherwise, consider liking my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Forex content. See you in the next video.